Let me show you. Let me show you.
Good evening. Welcome to the 1996 world's premiere of the award-winning Robert J. Pickering Award for Playwriting Excellence play, Things That Go Bad in the Night. Philosophers have always mused that if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? By the same token, if a Pulitzer Prize quality play is written but never produced, does it still deserve the prize? Years ago, we thought that we might help solve that problem and the philosophical discussions by having this competition so that at least one of those potentially prize-winning plays does get shown each year, and we've dedicated ourselves to doing that. And who would have thought 12 years ago that we would have had the success that we've had? We're really proud of the competition. By way of a note, the author is with us this evening. There will be a reception at the lower level afterwards for those of you who wish to commiserate or congratulate the author. Typically, as we always do in a program, we always have a few omissions. We would like to thank the good folks from Wilbur's Furniture, from the Schiffer & Williams Paint Company, and several members of the community theater, as well as the Tibbet staff who helped us in building the sets, whose names aren't in the program, but they know who they are, and we know who they are as well. As much as the competition is a tribute to Bob, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the heart and soul of this, whose long efforts and hard work have made this all possible. This is a tribute to Chris as well this year, and we really appreciate it and miss her. I miss her particularly. The plays now are written, and authors try to convey a message. They talk about AIDS, they talk about racial problems, they talk about disturbances and everything. Oftentimes an author misses what theater is all about. This year's author, I think, has grabbed the essence of it, because this play is not about anything other than entertaining you folks. And I really hope that you enjoy it. Each year as I close my speech, I have a little saying that I try to give. And last year, at opening night, I missed it, and before I could get backstage, Chris was grabbing me by the arm saying, "You forgot to say it," so this year I won't. Bob, Chris, this one's for you.
Yeah. I'm coming. What is it?
Could you give us some help, please? We're lost.
What's that you say? You lost what?
We are lost. We need help. May we come in?
You want to come in? Why didn't you say so? The colonel isn't receiving visitors. Bad weather, you know.
Thank you. Yes. We know all about the weather. What a day this has turned out to be. Looks like winter doesn't want to give up yet. We got caught in this storm, and we need help if you don't mind. Good afternoon. My name is Brock Elliott, and this is my associate, Ms. Janet Cummins.
How do you do? Thank you so much for letting us in. Really, what's up?
And you are?
My name is...
Burger!
That's right. I'm Huckleberry.
Huckleberger.
Yes, I'm...
Burger! What's going on down there? I thought I heard the doorbell ringing.
That's the doorbell?
I think I hear the colonel calling. Excuse me. You called, sir?
Did the doorbell ring? Do I hear voices also?
I think they have a hearing problem around here.
Yes, sir. Some people have lost something.
What's that you say? Who lost what?
The colonel wants to know what you have lost.
Well, ourselves, actually. We were on our way to State University for a lecture series and got caught in the storm. Car stuck in the snow. Bad scene out there.
Well, Pickering! What is it?
Some people from State University.
Tell them I gave it the fort.
The colonel says,
Yes, Crocodile. We are not from the university. We are going there. We're stuck near your gate. We need some help.
Tell me, Trunkleberger, where are we?
you don't know where you are?
Well, no, that's usually the first symptom of being lost. No, don't know where we are, not exactly. And also, we mean this house here.
Yes, this house. Big old place, isn't it?
Right. Big and rather unusual. Could you tell us who lives here at Crocodile?
You want to know who lives here? Let's see. This is a residence of the Colonel and Mrs. Rufus Appleton. The Colonel is a hero, you know.
Really? How interesting. A hero of...
Pickering!
That's right. He is a hero of mine. Saved my life, you know.
Crocodile, without a colonel call?
He does that quite often.
Well, tell me, what is happening? I'm on my way down.
They lost the university.
Well, tell me, how did you manage to lose the university?
We were beginning to wonder that ourselves.
How do you do, sir? My name is Brock Elliott, and this is my associate, Miss Janet Cummins.
How do you do? I am Colonel Rufus Appleton, retired, at your service. This is my man, Krunkelberger, and welcome to Appleton Manor. Now, what is this about the university being lost, anyway?
Actually, it's not the university that's lost, it's us, more or less. Perhaps I should go back to the beginning.
Yeah, like all the way back home, right now. Just hasn't been our day, Colonel.
Great sense of humor and traveling companion. I take her along to keep me entertained. We, that is, Ms. Cummins and myself, are on our way to attend a lecture series at State University. When we first started this morning, the weather was wonderful, as you may recall. Spring is supposed to be on its way, and so we thought we'd take in some cross-country driving to enjoy the scenery. Well, we got caught in a sudden storm, and trying to find a shortcut, got stuck up the road. To complicate matters, I forgot my mobile phone. So, as you can see, we could use your assistance to get some help. Call in a record from town or something, or perhaps you might have some suggestions.
Well, I certainly do. Give up driving.
As I said, she's the comic relief. It's tough always being the straight man.
Yeah, it's most understandable. I completely understand. Right, Krunkelberger?
What's that, Colonel?
Thank you, Krunkelberger. Would you, get us, our guest here, a pot of coffee, please? No, Krunkelberger! Krunkelberger. Kitchen's this way. Please step over to the fire. You'll have to forgive old Krunkelberger. He's suffering from shell shock. He was my aide-de-camp during the big war. Real hero. He took the shell, saving my life at the Battle of... He's a real hero.
He said you were the hero.
Oh, no, he's the one. Just doesn't seem to remember. Mrs. Appleton and I are taking care of him now. He's harmless, actually. Just needs some guidance every once in a while. Now, what is this about the university being lost? Oh, please continue. Please
Well, we appreciate your hospitality, Colonel. The weather report didn't even mention that the storm was coming. It's turned into a real challenge out there.
Yes, you certainly got out challenged today, didn't you?
Did I understand you two to say that you were married?
No, Colonel. I seem to have my hands full at the moment as it is.
You don't think you're going to let that go by, do you?
Please, one shock at the moment is adequate. It's beginning to show.
I understand completely. We don't get many visitors out here at the manor anymore. It's a rather isolated spot. Now they put in that freeway bypass. Kind of reminds me now of how it was when I was a child. As for the weather, you know what they say. Wait 5 minutes and the weather will change. Now, about the university being lost. No, Krunkelberger, no! A pot of coffee, not a bed pot!
I'm not sure I want coffee now.
You don't want this now?
No, Krunkelberger, take it back for it once.
Rather interesting fellow, that Krunkelberger. During that big battle you were describing, Colonel, he wasn't leading the charge by chance.
Leading the charge? Oh, no, nothing serious, no. As I said, he just sometimes forgets. Why, he's been known to wander around the manor for days, lost. Please, take off your coats. I'll call Mrs. Appleton and let her know you're here. Mrs. Appleton! Do you hear me, my dear? We have company, eh? Mrs. Appleton!
Oh, the county must have no problem in keeping up with their every move.
Did you say we have company? Why? On a day like this?
Seems they've misplaced the university, my dear.
This is the university. That's so serious. How could anyone possibly do something such as that? I'll be right down.
Now, what was your problem?
You explain. Men and their shortcuts.
Try not to pay any attention to her, Colonel. She's actually harmless as well. In fact, she wanders around lost a great deal herself.
Just can't keep a secret.
That's how we first met. Now, to the problem. We are stuck, Colonel, as well as possibly lost, at least for the time being. We slipped off the road back at the big curve, the one by the entrance to the Happy Valley retreat. It was all locked up. We couldn't get any help there, so here we are.
Oh, yes, Happy Valley. It's always locked. I'll explain that later. Please continue.
We don't want to be a problem. Perhaps I could use your telephone to get some assistance and to notify the university we may be delayed.
Oh, excellent idea. It's right over there in the stand.
Well, seems like you have a dead phone, Colonel. Are you losing power?
Yes. Age does catch up with one. Don't seem to have the zip I used to. Mrs. Appleton complains about it all the time. Says I need more exercise, fresh air, all that sort of thing. But I'm in absolutely perfect condition. For the condition I'm in, so to say.
No, Colonel. He's referring to the telephone. The power's out.
Oh, that's certainly possible, yes. It's not like the old days. Can't depend on anything now, can you?
True. Especially some men I know.
You really are full of yourself today.
Krunkelberger, do you know anything about the telephone? Krunkelberger?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
No, Krunkelberger.
There's no one there, Colonel.
What I tried to ask you, Krunkelberger, was, do you know what could be wrong with the telephone? There's a problem.
There's a problem. It's right where it's always been. At least as much as I can remember. Yes, that's where it's been. Or was it? Do you want me to move it, Colonel?
No, Krunkelberger, no. It isn't working today. I was wondering if you might know what the problem is. A simple explanation will do.
That might be a little much to ask, Colonel.
Oh, it doesn't appear to be broken.
No, my dear, no. We'll try that later, Krunkelberger.
Oh, who's calling? Such a busy afternoon. Such a dreadful day. Oh, stormy. People dropping in. Phone call.
No!
Hello, everyone.
No phone call, my dear. There's no power. It's been snowing, you know.
Oh, well then what is Krunkelberger doing with it? Krunkelberger, you shouldn't be playing with the phone.
Oh, please.
What?
Please, dear, let me introduce our guests. This is my bride, Mrs. Appleton. This is Ms. Cummins, is it? And her associate, Mr. Elliott.
Brock Elliott, Mrs. Appleton. Brock will do. We certainly appreciate the help you are offering. We hope we're not causing a problem. The weather surprised all of us. A case of car trouble.
Delighted, and please, just call me Janet.
Oh, I shall. How wonderful to have someone to call besides Crunkleberger. You must tell us all about yourselves.
Oh, yes, that's an excellent idea, my dear. Why don't they explain what they're doing here? That's a good idea, my dear. Please, let's begin with our guests. Make yourselves comfortable, please.
I think I may have missed something in that going around. Brock, you explain. Make it believable. Who said that?
Just the wind, my dear. Remember, you're out in the country.
Well, you certainly have happy winds out here in the country.
We are both writers. In fact, Janet just published her latest Pickering masterpiece, 1001 Ways to Prepare Turnip Greens and Other Delicacies. Have you heard of it?
Why, thank you for the plug, Brock. You know, turnips and other green veggies take such a beating, I thought I should come to their defense.
A true champion for the underdog. Greens forever.
Sounds delightful. The Colonel comes from a long line of turnip lovers. And Brock, you are a writer also?
Yes, I write mystery stories.
I read a book.
Thank you, Crunkleberger. What is it about mysteries that one never seems to know what is going on? I prefer everything up front.
If you don't like mystery stories, then you should not read any of Janet's cookbooks.
Well, at least I don't find it in the trauma center when I make a peanut butter sandwich.
Oh, now, you'll have to forgive Mrs. Appleton. We do a great deal of reading here. So you're both writers, huh? How interesting. I take it you're possibly attending some writers' conference at the university?
You got it, Colonel. They like to hold their meetings while it's still cool. Although this seems much cooler than predicted. Forces everyone to stay in because of the weather. Captive audience scenario. You understand, Colonel?
Indeed I do. Take advantage of the situation. Much like the principles of the military. I'm a career man, you know.
Really? I would have never guessed. Well, this country life must be quite a change for the two of you.
Yes, yes. Since we've retired, I try to concentrate on the big picture. You know, the national debt, the status of the military, all sorts of important things like that. I try to leave the simple matters to Mrs. Appleton. You know, the billing, the groceries, the household. I try to make life as easy as possible for her.
Well, how thoughtful of you, Colonel. I'm sure she appreciates that.
Yes, he's always been too good to me. Why, actually, my biggest problem now is when he walks across the patio to the greenhouse to make him stop saying, "I'll call you from the fort."
I understand exactly. I'm trying to convince my associate here that by setting her clock ahead 15 minutes does not mean she's getting 15 minutes more sleep.
You promised never to tell.
How about entertaining yourselves out here?
Oh, well, as I said, we do read a great deal. And of course, we have our experiments. And in the evening, when it gets dark, we like to sit on the porch. A neighbor drives by from time to time. And when it gets dark, we retire to the patio.
Sounds fascinating. Something to look forward to. Have you considered television, or has it gotten this far?
No, that seems like such a senseless and tasteless waste.
Well, you'd be right. You know, Brock also writes for television, and I keep trying to tell him that very same thing.
There seems to be no end to the things you keep trying to tell me.
Well, somebody has to make sure you know what you're doing.
Well, somehow, we managed to stay occupied and enjoy it.
Thank you, my dear. Oh, now we must get to their problem. Let me say, oh, it's still snowing outside. Telephone seems to be broke, so we can't call out. Why, when we get one of these storms, we might be isolated. Goodness.
Is that the doorbell again, Rufus?
I believe so, my dear. Krunkelberger, would you answer the door, please?
Oh, is this some kind of a holiday? All kinds of comings and goings. Don't people pay attention to storms anymore?
Now, dear, don't be concerned, okay? Everything is under control. A little bad weather shouldn't dampen our spirits. Krunkelberger, did you prepare some coffee for us?
You wanted coffee, Colonel?
I believe so. Would you make some for our guests and us as well?
How did you want the coffee, Colonel?
I believe in a pot. And bring some cups also.
And be sure to use a coffee pot.
Krunkelberger, do answer the door. What in the world can be going on?
I thought you wanted coffee.
We do. Let's see who is at the door first, will you please, Krunkelberger?
Who's at the door?
Oh, it might be better if you went to the door, Krunkelberger. Right there.
Is anybody there?
Yeah, there's someone there, all right, Krunkelberger, maybe. Oh, I'm darn near froze. Whoop! Some crazy weather we're having out there. Yeah, I run into this storm as I come over the pass. But old Dumper just sailed right on through. What a truck. Evening, ma'am, Colonel. Howdy, folks. Good news, Colonel. I brought you that truckload of manure just like you scheduled it.
You did. What, Jake?
Oh, tell me I didn't hear that.
A whole truckload? Now there's a man that thinks big. Why can't you be more like that?
I'll have a load delivered to your house just as soon as we get back.
I brought you that first load of manure just like you ordered it. And I'll bring you one too, Sonny, if it ain't too far.
Jake, why in the world did you do that today?
Somehow I knew it was gonna be a bad day when the missus slipped in that darn manure trough this morning. I've been going downhill ever since. You know, Colonel, you always leaves orders that you want the orchards and the greenhouses spread at the crack of spring.
Well, Jake, I certainly wouldn't call this a crack. More like the bottom dropped out. Right on us.
That ain't all either, ma'am. Some darn fool spun their car out in the road up there by Happy Valley. Got old Dumper blocked.
Wonder who that could be.
Did you say you were in a truck?
That's right, Sonny. Driving old Dumper today.
That's my car. Slipped off the road. Bad weather.
You must be one of them city fellers. Gotta learn how to drive out here in the country, Sonny. Yep, you gotta be a real driver. Gotta be a real driver just like me.
That's what I've been telling him ever since we left the city. When are you going to learn how to drive?
Hey, if I had a decent navigator, this wouldn't have happened. And I don't back onto the freeway either. That's another story. Jake, do you think you might be able to pull a car out?
What's that about a navigator?
We'll have plenty of time to settle that later.
Yeah, I think old Dumper ought to be able to handle that all right. Mighty dependable vehicle she is. Why, you'd never guess she's 30 years old. Why, she can haul 10 tons of manure as easy as you can lift a teacup, ma'am.
Why, you say that so beautifully, Jake.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, old Dumper ought to be able to handle that, but we might want to wait a little bit. It's blowing a mite strong out there right now.
Oh, you're also a weatherman.
Well, yeah, try to be. In the agriculture supply business, you got to be a little bit of everything.
Yes. Is there anything you want to know about manure? Jake is your man.
Thank you, Mrs. A. You know, folks don't realize how important manure is. Well, have you ever thought where you'd be without it?
Why, I certainly try, Jake. Believe me. We have our share of the city in more ways than you realize. You don't have the manure market cornered out here.
Oh, hi, Jake. When did you get here?
Howdy, Krunkelberger. Just got here, as a matter of fact.
Krunkelberger, how about preparing something warm for our guests? How about that coffee?
What about the coffee, Colonel?
How about preparing some?
You wanted coffee?
Yes, Krunkelberger. I do believe it had been mentioned. And please hurry. Our guests are all cold and damp.
I'll walk right up to it, madam.
No, Krunkelberger. No. This way.
Okay.
We're still holding up.
Yes, he remains the same. Nothing seems to bother him. It is us who are being affected. Oh, I think I had better go help him. This appears to be an emergency. Excuse me.
Certainly, my dear. I'm sure our guests will excuse you for a hot cup of coffee. Or perhaps some broth.
No, let's keep it simple, dear.
If you insist, my dear. Now, what was the problem?
Am I experiencing deja vu?
We certainly have been entertained so far. Colonel, may I try the phone again?
Oh, excellent idea. And while you do that, I will get a report on things in the kitchen.
Well, the phone's still up.
How long you folks been here?
Long enough for Brock to spin the car out.
Then, you ain't seen the creature yet, have you?
Has it been invited?
I mean, you ain't seen anything funny looking running around here, have you?
Just a house full.
You mean there's more than one of them?
Well, they seem to be popping up all over, Jake. Must be all that manure you're spreading around.
You know, you might consider being a gag writer for a change.
No, it shouldn't be long now. Our chefs have the water going.
Well, the idea of a hot cup of water even sounds good right now.
Oh, no. I'm sure she'll serve something in it. Mrs. Appleton is an excellent hostess, you know.
Oh, how often do you serve meals around here, Colonel?
Just give up. We're getting it ready.
Thank you, my dear. Now, what were we discussing?
Something to do with manure and hot water, Colonel.
You're interested in that, huh? Oh, I remember now. We need to see about getting Mr. Elliott's car out. We should be getting a break in the weather soon. Or possibly not. Please, we're supposed to have a full moon tonight. If everybody will remain where you are and calm, I will bring some lanterns and maybe the radio for some late breaking news.
Brock, give me your hand. Oh, my gosh, what wild sense.
Dude, I won't move. I'll stay right here with you. Jake, this now seems like the perfect setup here in the dark. What did you mean regarding the creature? It sounds fascinating.
Yes, do go on. We're charter members of Spooks Anonymous.
Well, now, I ain't one to talk, you understand, but there's been rumors that ever since the colonel come back, there's some sort of strange creature running around up here.
You don't mean.
Yes, I do, ma'am. Folks from town have seen it. What? Even old Roscoe's seen it. You can always depend on him.
So what you're saying, Jake, is there's some kind of mysterious creature seen roaming around this house? Any of your relatives been reported missing?
It's a long walk into town and that snow is getting deep.
Not just the house either, ma'am. Why, folks in town have seen it running around out there in the greenhouses and in the orchards. Folks from town, all sorts of them have seen him. Some of them say that it's big and short and fat and skinny and it's real weird.
Oh, that must be your parents.
You folks know about Happy Valley down the road.
No, we don't. Why don't you tell us about Happy Valley?
Want me to tell you, do you?
We don't want to miss anything.
Well, that's where they keep them loonies. Got a whole farm full of them down there. Keeps them locked up, they do. Every once in a while, one of them gets loose. Now, that's a real trip, I can tell you. Yeah.
I knew we'd get around to your side of the family. Oh, no thanks, Jake. I think I'll pass. Well, you certainly know how to add excitement to our travel schedule, Mr. Elliott. I will insist that you make all my travel arrangements from now on.
Perhaps you would prefer a tour of the storm sewers of Budapest? Give me a break. Oh, Mr. Elliott.
Should remain low as they are presently. The front is already breaking up and the snow should let up by 6 p.m. this evening. Winds will shift, helping to blow the front off to the northeast, resulting in clear travel conditions in the morning, if not sooner. Highway equipment will move out to clear the roads as soon as possible. The phone company reports repairs are underway. The electric company reports minor damage. Now, for local news,
Well, there's some good news. I suggest while there's still some light out, you go and retrieve your car.
Yeah, I gotta be getting back to town. The missus will worry.
I have some snow gear that you can use. And then maybe you can bring the car up here to the house.
Well, I hope for that. We need to get underway as soon as possible. The university might be worried.
Kronkelberger, how about that coffee?
You called, Colonel?
Yes, how are you and Mrs. Appleton doing with that hot water?
The water? Oh, she's cooking it. Yes, she's cooking it. What did you want it for, Colonel?
Well, we were considering something hot to drink. And also, go into the supply room and bring Mr. Elliott here some snow gear. A long slicker and maybe some boots.
Just call me Brock.
Hi, Brock.
Yes, he and Jake are going to go out and bring the car up.
I wouldn't go for a ride in weather like this. It reminds me of the time we were snowed in the booth. Remember, Colonel?
Yeah, right. Oh, yes, no, they're just going to bring the car up here to the house. How are you doing, Miss Cummings? I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Oh, I'm fine. All we need now is a visit from Dracula to talk about the evening.
You do have a sense of humor, don't you? Huh. I always say laughter is the best medicine. Used to inspire my troops that way. Used to say, when all else fails, laugh. Usually got quite a reaction.
I can imagine it did.
Yes, it did. Why, I remember, let's see, it was during the second offensive of... We'd been trapped for 3 days. Shells were crashing all around. Why, I finally decided I'd take the bull by the horns, and so I decided to charge the enemy encampment by...
Kronkelberger wasn't leading?
Rupert, are you entertaining our guests?
Yes, my dear, just reminiscing with our guests. The good old days, you know. Did Kronkelberger find the snow gear yet?
Oh, I'm getting him pointed to it now.
Jake, I'll be ready in a moment.
Yeah, I think old Dumper ought to be able to handle that all right. Looks like the weather's starting to let up. You know, I really do gotta be getting back to town, because the missus will worry. She's a real worrier, she is.
Well, you're lucky to have such a caring wife, Jake.
Yeah, I guess I am. If she just wouldn't fall in that darn manure trough all the time. She done it 3 or 4 times, you know.
No, I didn't know. But don't be too hard on her. She'll learn.
Well, you'd sure think so, wouldn't you? My God, what a mess she is when she gets out of there. And she don't smell too good, neither.
Well, love conquers all, Jake.
Everyone, we've got refreshment. Nice and hot.
Yes, please step up. Help yourselves, folks. Thank you, my dear. You know, Jake, I believe you're right. I think it is letting up some out there. Would you just look at the time? Where is this day going? Busy, busy, busy.
Well, keep up such a hectic pace out here, Colonel. I can see why you're concerned about the time.
You wouldn't think so, would you? Ever since we retired, we decided to come back here to relax, experiment, and enjoy nature. Now it seems like every minute there's something happening.
Keep mine hot. We're off to the car.
Not so fast there, Sonny. You better come over here and get something hot to drink. It's a mite nippy out there. You're gonna need it for sure.
That's right. I think I'll try some of that tea.
Yes, please, help yourself, Mr. Elliott.
Oh, please, call me Brock, Colonel. Oh, hello, Brock. Thank you for the snow gear, Kronkelberger. Snow gear?
Kronkelberger, why don't you go and see if all the stove fritters are off in the kitchen?
By golly, I think he's got it. Well, is there anything I can do for you before you head out on your Arctic expedition?
How thoughtful of you to ask. I'm sure I can think of something. The question is, you feel there's actually some kind of mystery lurking about? Look at this place. What about that story by Jake? creatures running around. We certainly have some prime characters running about. Look at this place. This is large enough to hide a few creatures.
What a place to meet a creature. For once, you're right.
Ah, so you finally admitted.
I'm doing no such thing. Now, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, everything about this place is a mystery. Like being caught in its own. Try and talk to Jake. See if you can find out more about this creature business. I'd like to know what we could be into if worse comes to worse.
Meaning?
Like being stuck here all night. What could be worse?
Under the circumstances, you could do worse. Or did you already mention it?
I'm serious. Talk to Jake. See if there is something to his story. I don't think they make up stories like that out here.
I have every intention of doing so. Now, suppose they're true. Then what?
Don't confuse me. One problem at a time.
Are you going to be all right while I'm getting the car?
No, but what choice do I have? Just get the car up here without any further incidents. I trust you're driving well enough to get us out of here.
What a vote of confidence. What could possibly go wrong now?
What could possibly go wrong? That's what you said when we turned off the freeway, so don't remind me, okay?
Why, you never forget, do you? Memory like an elephant. What are you worried about? Jake's got old Dumper to pull us through.
Ah, how could I forget about old Dumper? I've had my lifetime lesson in manure spreading 101.
Ah, it could come in handy someday, sweetheart. Can't you picture yourself? A cottage in the country, puttering around in a garden, shoveling endless piles of freshly plopped manure, and to plant your green thumb aglow in all its glory.
Ma, you're such a romantic.
Well, happens every time I look at you. Perhaps manure brings out some hidden sensuousness about you.
I love it. Do keep talking, Mr. Elliott.
Certainly, my dear. Now, I must go. Softly I leave thee, as parting is such sweet madness. Adieu. Alas, adieu. Jake, you ready to face the wilds?
You would have to break this spell. You know, you look like you live to the north of that outfit.
Whatever happened to him?
Come on, Sonny, let's get old Dumper fired up.
Well, when we see a fireball zooming over the house, we'll know it's you two.
Good luck! How is everyone doing here?
I think this is helping. Doing better, my dear.
Oh, yes, wonderful.
It's that time, my dear.
Oh.
Ellen, I think maybe we should get some more news, too.
Well, if the snow doesn't let up, you're certainly welcome to stay overnight.
Oh, well, that's what I'm trying to avoid. What I mean is, Ralph didn't mention it, but he is one of the featured speakers tomorrow afternoon, so he needs to be there.
Oh, well, you two certainly are fortunate. You may think you are in the wilds, but we are only 20 miles from the main campus, just over the pass. Why, the Colonel visits quite often now that he's got his experimental curiosity aroused. Well, if it were nicer out, you could inspect the greenhouses and all.
Oh, I would love to. I'm sure you have some rare, really rare things to examine around here.
So, Mr. Brock is a speaker, huh?
Yes, travels all over doing it. Such a talker.
Oh, I would have thought that you were the talker, that is.
Oh, I do, but mainly Brock. He's the one, the talker.
Hello, madam. May I help you?
Hello, Krunkelberger.
You know me.
Yes. Men, how soon they forget.
I never forget a face. Pastime memory.
From National News Services, we continue with a local weather report. The snow has now stopped in most sectors, with skies clearing as the strong westerly winds continue to blow the cloud cover off to the northeast. Tonight, there will be a full moon with strong winds throughout the night, causing some snowdrifts, which should not be a major problem. Temperature to remain in the high 20s to low 30s range. The storm front should move out of our area tonight, with a warming trend developing tomorrow. Conditions should return to near normal, into the 50s. KSUT has been advised roads will be open. That concludes our report at this time. Now, for your listening pleasure, our evening interlude before we have our classic Mystery Theater series.
Well, that's encouraging. Hopefully we can get underway soon.
Yes, my dear. Although I wouldn't be too anxious and take a chance. do want to go with the press, as I said before, you're more than welcome to stay with us. It's quite cozy here, especially at night.
At night? Sounds lovely. Mr. Theater playing, storm outside. Under different circumstances, I'm sure we would love to. What was that? The Mystery Theater started?
Just the wind, just the wind. Nothing to be concerned about.
Or it could have been that old toilet here.
Oh, yes, I forgot about the toilet, my dear. Yes, it might have been the toilet.
We certainly have strange sounding winds and toilets out here in the country. I'm just a city girl.
You get used to it.
I'm trying to break the habit.
But it's much like what you hear on the northern slopes of the Andes. I remember in the winter, what year was that, my dear?
Let's try to relax our guests, dear. Let's all sit down.
Yes, please, let's sit down, Miss Cummins.
Thank you.
My goodness, who can that be now?
Did someone ring?
Well, he knows that gonger every time. You sure haven't trained, Mrs. A.
Thank heavens you came, Kronkenberger. Someone's at the door again.
Did you want me to answer it?
I don't see why not. Rufus really must do something about that door there. It's just too much. Here, Kronkenberger! Kronkenberger! That way!
But you know I need to be able to hear it in my laboratory. Well, who do we have here?
Hello. My name is Marco Camargo. I'm Marco and the Magical Musicians of Mexico. Good evening. And this is Carmenita and Lalo. They are my dancers and singers.
Hello, everybody. I am Carmenita. I'm Lala. We sing and dance.
I just bet you do.
Well, don't tell me you took a shortcut too.
How did you know? My group, Marco and the Magical Musicians of Mexico. We are on our way to the university. I think we made the wrong turn. And the road is blocked with a most unusual thing. The nice man in the truck said to watch our step and come up here for assistance.
Maybe we can move the conference here if this keeps up.
Yes, please step in and warm yourselves up. Oh my goodness, I am Colonel Rufus Appleton. This is my wife over here, Mrs. Appleton. Oh, and our guest, Miss Cummins.
Yes, what did you mean by a most unusual thing, young man?
It is really unusual. There is the biggest pile of manure I have ever seen in my life blocking the road.
Yes, the biggest, really big.
It looks like a small hill. What kind of animals do you have?
Loose one.
Loose ones, just very good.
Yes, very good. What does that mean?
You say there's a pile of manure in the road? What could Jake have done now?
What about poor Mr. Brock?
I don't know about who's who, but not only that, the fellow in the truck says a car is under all of it. The big pile.
Yes, a big pile.
No, Brock is buried alive?
The old man didn't say anything about that. Buried under all that. Chuck.
Terrible. Yuck.
Oh, what a terrible way to go. How many times did Jake say?
Too many. Yuck.
Yes, it's a lot. Really big. Yuck.
Perhaps we should go to the rescue. I'll send Krunkelberger to check it out.
Well, that should solve the problem. So what happened? My associate is involved and I'm concerned.
I really don't know. All we saw was this old man jumping up and down in the middle of the road, and this big, really big pile there.
Yes, a really big pile. There. Big.
Well, thank you, girls, for confirming that report. I'm beginning to see piles everywhere I look.
Well, perhaps you should take charge. A personal inspection. This may call for a command decision.
Yes, my dear. Krunkelberger! Bring my gear. I will go out and, with Krunkelberger to the road and check on Jake's car. You girls remain here and remain calm. I'll see about Jake and Mr. Elliott.
Is there anything that we can do?
Oh, no, no, just stay here. Help yourselves to something warm. I'm going to assess the situation. This may call for prompt action.
Please, help yourselves. Tell me, are there any more of you? You mentioned your band.
They are arriving tomorrow. We came early to bring the instruments and complete final arrangements. The girls wanted to get in some extra practice.
Extra practice doing what?
Well, the colonel should be able to clear it up. Just relax. Let the men do it.
Oh, we can drink, can't we? I feel better already.
Oh!
Don't tell me it was the toilet, Harvey.
Oh, que pasa?
That's right, my dear. It should be stopping soon. Oh, it appears the snow has let up. We will be feeding lights in here shortly.
You really got funny sounds here.
Yes, really funny. But that's not so funny.
I think I'll go back to help the others. We need to go on for the university.
No, you can't get away that easily. The colonel would want you to stay here. We may need your protection.
Protection, I don't understand.
In case our friend upstairs decides to come down.
Yes, Marco, the lady is right. You should stay here.
Thank you. I didn't realize you could talk separately.
Well, don't worry. With all that help, I don't know if you're overreacting, my dear.
Just all my conditioning for writing, Mrs. A. I believe in being prepared. Or better yet, being somewhere else.
Well, they shan't be too long.
I'm sure they need me.
No, Marco, you stay right here.
No, Marco, we need you here more. Let's just hope they won't be too long. The university may get worried. You can.
Oh, please.
Oh, why, Krumpelberger, I thought you were with the colonel.
The colonel thought I could do more good here. What am I doing?
Well, aren't we lucky having him here to help? Woman's home companion.
Yes, you could help. Please find some more lanterns so we can be ready for the dark. You do remember where they are, don't you?
Yes, madam. I know exactly where they are.
I always worry when he says that. Well, just relax. This may take a while. He's headed in the right direction for the moment. What a day.
Perhaps we should put on some music. It could help.
Could be a big help. What do you say, Mrs. Appleton?
Oh, be my guest.
Aha! Time to party. Carmelita Lala, practice your routine. Let's dance.
No, I couldn't. I know. Well, maybe.
Show you. Let me show you.
Seems like they're having fun. Even have their own floor show. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go upstairs and change out.
I think I shall join you.
Please, continue enjoying yourselves. We'll be back in a moment.
We were afraid we'd miss the party. That music sounds much better than that wind outside.
That's fantastic. You should try it.
Well,
Well, you know, we've been dancing and the creatures and haunting effects have been included at no extra charge.
I certainly would like to, but some of us have to take care of business. This is certainly a romantic setting. Soft lights, mood music, dancing. I know you're supposed to have fun, but please, not without me.
It was your idea we should have fun on this trip, so don't remind me.
I said, dear, I don't mind the fun, but let's, together.
So, did you get a chance to chat with your mother?
Let's sit down and talk about this. Do you mind telling me what's going on around here?
This is just some of what I had to put up with since you went for the car. This house sounds like a Stephen King film.
Well, you should love that.
Yeah, so, what's going on with the car? Marco said it was buried under the load.
Aren't you okay? I did not know you were involved.
Yuck!
Doing fine, thanks. Just the car got buried. Jake had a slight mishap. About 10 tons worth on the car.
Well, they say it happens.
Wonderful, now what?
Well, we got it out. Now it's your turn. You get to wash it off.
Yuck! If you don't mind, I'll just send it to the dry cleaners.
As for now, what? Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Where's that spirit?
We'll talk about that later. So did you get a chance to chat with Jake?
Well, yeah, we chatted, but it was more along the lines of, look out, run for your life! Ever seen 10 tons of manure coming at you?
First thing I see every morning. Get serious.
That was some trip after we got the car back on the road. Somehow, Jake tripped the dumper, and here it came. I didn't realize how fast I can move.
Yes, you do still have some pretty good moves left. Especially from subject to subject when you're trying to avoid an answer.
Merely an attempt to protect my integrity, or what's left of it.
Well, I think I discovered something when you were done in Chicago.
You still can't dance?
Besides, you know I'm a great dancer.
Are we talking about the same person? Okay. What have you discovered while I was out facing danger to help save you?
Yeah, just listen to me. Remember that scream you heard?
Certainly. What was that all about?
Ah!
Sounded just like that, as I recall.
Yeah.
Something going on I should know about.
Know about? While you were out taking care of business, there were several others followed by heavy footsteps, doors slamming, eerie noises. I'm telling you, it's getting spooky around here. All the things you love that remind you of home.
Well, that's why I keep you around.
The Colonel and Mrs. Appleton, they've tried to pass it off with the wind in the toilet, but I've caught them looking at each other apprehensively each time it happens. You know, I'm beginning to think there's something to Jake's story. Just what all, I don't know, but things are starting to happen.
Boy, I'd hate to be in a room with the toilet like that. For you, it might make a great Christmas gift.
Certainly be more exciting than you've been lately.
Just wait until this trip is over and see if you can say that. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what develops. I hope Jake's story is more reliable than his driving. But you do have a good point there. And speaking of a good mystery being about, I do think I've uncovered a big one.
Really? Tell me what?
At the moment, what I consider to be an absolute certain mystery. How has that truck of Jake's lasted in 30 years? Now, don't mention my driving again. Besides, you were supposed to be the navigator, and here we are. How do you explain that?
That has nothing to do with it. Besides, that's what you get for believing I see the map.
Oh, you sound like a woman.
You bet I am.
A woman's definitive reaction to every crisis. Well, we'll settle that issue later. Anyway, Jake decided how he was going to get the car out by pulling it from the rear. After he hooked the chains, he revved up the motor. From where I could see, old Dumper lurched and threw Jake out of the cab. On his way out the door, he hit the trip lever, and the rest is history, as they say. Some days you get troubles piled on you. Some days you just get piled on.
Touch of the poet.
Well, tell me, how has your day been?
Well, not as exciting as yours. Besides all the weird effects, I have the strangest feeling of being watched all the time. Don't answer me like that. All right, now that we're isolated, the car's a mess, and we're locked up in a house full of spooks. Tell me, what do you have next in your mixed bag of nasty plans?
You're saying that like you've lost confidence in our situation.
Never. I just enjoy watching you squirm there.
Take advantage of the moment, will you? I know you're kind. I'm beginning to see what you mean. I do like the end result, however.
Now you can see what I've had to go through since you left for the car. You know, the real question here is, who is our invisible spook who doesn't like doors and makes all the funny sounds?
Right. That will give you something to work on. How can there be wind inside when there isn't? Before I venture into anything that heavy, I need time for a pit stop. Marco, do you think you can entertain Jen and the girls while I freshen up?
My pleasure. Of course. What did you think, ladies? Maybe if we dance some more, it would take all this funny business off our minds.
See, besides, we don't think it's so funny.
Okay, girls. Do your thing.
I'm beginning to feel more human again.
Oh, I wish you looked more like it.
Reasonably well under the circumstances. Anything of note happen while I was away?
We've been considering the situation.
Well, perhaps you'd like to join Marco and take your act on the road. Jake could be your chauffeur.
Oh, I thought you cared.
Jana is such a wonderful dancer.
Yes, wonderful.
Thank you, gang. And Marco is a wonderful dancer as well.
Yes, Marco is a wonderful dancer and singer.
Marco's band is playing at the Grand Ball.
Well, that's nice. It's something to look forward to. For a road act, we don't seem to be making much headway moving down the road. We may have to mail it in.
Well, I've learned some interesting things about Marco.
It certainly appears so. Anything you can talk about?
His mother is a writer.
Oh, so he's already taking you home to meet his mother. Don't you think it'll be a bit crowded? You may have to wait in line.
Well, we didn't get that far. Your return timing was a bit off.
See, my mother is a writer and belongs to the Writers Club chapter in Mexico.
So, your mother is a writer. That is interesting, Marco.
Just my being here is part of the promotion for next year's convention. Mexico is scheduled to be the host country, so we plan to give the seminar a taste of old Mexico. PR, as you say?
Yes, that really is something to look forward to. Tell me, do you write also, Marco?
Just music. Perhaps if you put in a good plug for coming to Mexico next year.
Yes, you must come to Mexico.
Well, thank you for the invitation, girls. We'd love to, wouldn't we, Jen?
Only if Marco can arrange a trip to a haunted house, I think I'm on a roll.
We have everything in Mexico. Anything to make you happy.
Yes, we have everything.
Yes, I would say so. You both certainly get my vote.
Down, boy. Although it's storming outside, there's danger you could be overheating.
Just trying to be hospitable, extending the hand of friendship, hands across the border and all that.
Well, you seem to be overextending in all directions.
Well, how is everyone doing? Why, they seem to be having fun. Youth, remember my dear?
Oh, how could I forget? You were so dashing, Rufus.
Yes, it's been one big ball so far. We're all getting relaxed.
understand why Crunkleberger can't overcome his shell shock.
Yes. That's what I've been telling you. You've got to do something to post that bell.
Hello, Jake. What are you doing out on a day like this? Come in.
Thanks, Crunkleberger, I will.
Well, how are things going, Jake?
Well, I got the road cleared off all right, and the car ought to be able to make it. Might want to clean it up just a little bit, though. I got to come back tomorrow, though, with help from town, and I'll move that pile out of there. Right now, all I'm doing is just a slipping and a sliding.
Slipping and sliding, none of their games.
Yes, I certainly hope so, Jake. A huge mound of manure doesn't make a good marquee for our image.
Don't understand what could have happened to old Dumper. She's always been such a dependable vehicle.
Well, don't worry about it now, Jake. As long as you have the road cleared for traffic. Well, why don't you go home and get a good night's sleep? Come back in the morning with some assistance. I don't think anyone will disturb it, do you, my dear?
Disturb it? I doubt if anyone will want to play a rousing game of King of the Hill on that pile.
You know, I think I'll do just that, Colonel. See you folks tomorrow.
Can you believe that? Someone else at the door. Well, Crunkleberger, you may as well see who it is.
I know where to go now. Yes, Sheriff. Come in, sir.
Evening, Colonel. Folks, I'm Sheriff Rocky Stones.
Good evening, Sheriff. You remember my wife, Mrs. Appleton. Good to have you here. Why don't you help yourself to a nice hot cup of coffee or tea?
How you do, folks? Thank you. I could use something hot. It's mighty bad out there today. Hope I'm not disturbing you folks.
Oh.
Seeing you got company.
Not at all, Sheriff. What can we do for you? How can we help you?
Well, due to the weather, we doubled our usual patrol. Got all 3 cars out. Trying to help where we can. Did have some unusual reports from up here, though.
Now, Sheriff, I can explain everything.
Oh, hi there, Jake. So it's you, is it? That's what we thought the report came in. Okay, suppose you do just that. Explain. How did you manage to do it, Jake?
Jake, your reputation knows no bounds.
Thank you, ma'am. Sheriff, you're never going to believe this. There was this...
No, Sheriff. I'm sure you won't believe it.
Maybe I could be of help also, Sheriff. Jake was being a good Samaritan when this all happened.
That's right, Sheriff. I was being one of them.
Well, I appreciate everybody trying to be helpful. But suppose we try to do this one person at a time. Now, Jake, you tell us. Don't leave out any details. I have to make an official report.
Yes, Jake. We all want to hear the inside story. Tell the sheriff.
All right, Sheriff. As Mr. Elliott here said, I was being one of them good guys, you know. There was this car on the road, and
Yes, I saw the car. Boy, that's sure some mess down there. Surely you can aim better than that, Jake.
Yuck, some big mess.
Thank you, ladies.
Perhaps at this point, we should all introduce ourselves. I'm Brock Elliott, Sheriff, and this is my associate, Miss Janet Cummings. That's our car we're talking about.
Then welcome, Sheriff, to our series of fireside chats here at the Manor.
Well, howdy, ma'am. And who might these little ladies be?
This is Carmenita and Lala.
How you do, ladies?
Hello, Mr. Sheriff.
Yes, they've been our guests all day today, haven't they?
Yes, Sheriff. We've been running a halfway house for the university today.
Well, nice to know all you folks. I'll have this cleared up in a moment. Now, suppose we let Jake continue.
all right, Sheriff.
Hello, Sheriff. I'm Crunkleberger.
Yes, Crunkleberger, good to see you again.
Anything I can do for you?
Crunkleberger, why not pour the sheriff some more of that delicious hot coffee? And perhaps he'd like a roll or something. Would anybody else care for something?
Thank you, Colonel. I could use another cup of that hot coffee, and one of those big rolls sure would be nice.
As I said, Sheriff, there was this car on the road, and I was...
By the way, Sheriff, our condition's improving.
Why, yes, sir. Flooding up, and the full moon's helping. Nice and bright out there.
Oh, I just love the way the moon reflects off the fallen snow. So romantic. Don't you think so, Sheriff?
It sure is, ma'am. Especially out here in the country. We got a lot of them out here. So you like being in the moonlight out in the country? Sheriff! Hold on now, Jake.
Can we start traveling again?
Well, if you're careful. Snow plows are on the roads already clearing things up. You'll be able to go, but be careful. Okay, Jake, go ahead.
All right, as I said, there was this car on the road and...
Oh, excuse me there, Jake. This Sheriff Rocky. Yes, Louise, I unplugged the pop. Now I'm in the middle of a big investigation up here at the Appleton Manor. Yes, that's right, the Colonel's. No, I ain't. Gotta go. I'll check with you later. Matter of security down at the station, folks. Okay, Jake, you were saying?
Well, there was this car on the road, and I was trying to get it out of...
We need to get to the university. Do you think we can plan to be there this evening?
Why, that's just over the pass, and plows are busy clearing things out right now, as a matter of fact. Sky's clear. We don't expect any more snow. Yeah, you should be able to make it all right, but I'll check with the station just to be sure for you. Louise, me again. What's the latest report on opening the pass? They're working on it now? Good, good. Another 30 minutes. Thank you, Louise. No, I haven't seen anything, I told you. And tell Squatty where I'm at. I'll keep in touch. Well, that's the latest report, folks. Ready in 30 minutes.
Thank you, Sheriff. It's important we're able to continue on to the university. We're attending a special seminar starting in the morning. In fact, they're holding a social this evening and expect us to attend.
Yes, Brock is one of the featured speakers, and he needs to be there.
Well, I can understand, ma'am. You know, maybe after I finish this investigation, you could follow me in. Speaker, huh? Well, I'll be heading into the station after this. What kind of seminar is it?
How about me, Sheriff?
Just a minute, Jake. I'll get to you. Now, sir, please go ahead.
It's a writer's seminar.
Writers? Are you writers?
Sheriff!
Will you be still, Jake?
Yes, Sheriff, we both are. Brock writes mysteries, and I...
Mysteries? Why, I just love a good mystery. Trying to figure out who done it? That always puzzles me.
I'm sure it does. Well, you've come to the right place, Sheriff. We've been in complete mystery since our arrival.
By the way, Sheriff, did you...
Say, who are you?
Who are you?
Now, just a minute.
Just a minute.
What? What's going on here?
Jess, what is going on? I don't understand.
Perhaps we should explain that Marco is from out of town, Sheriff. He may not understand your line of questioning.
No, I don't. Most unusual.
Yeah, it would help if someone would explain.
See, I am Marco, of Marco and the Magic Musicians of Mexico. Carmenita and Lala are with me. We are going to play for the grand ball.
Writers? Grand ball? Dancers? How about that?
When do I get to tell my story, Sheriff?
Jake, just a minute. Would you hold on? What story are you talking about? Oh, yeah, we're going to let you tell your story in a minute. So they're the writers, and you're the band?
Yes, Sheriff. Marco and the Magical Musicians of Mexico.
Where are you from, Marco?
Actually, Mexico, Sheriff.
Mexico. That's down in Mexico, isn't it?
Right.
And you are, tell me again.
I'm Carmenita, and this is Lala, Sheriff. We dance and sing.
Yes, Sheriff, there's no talent.
You do really, huh? Dance and sing? How about that?
Yes.
Yes, Sheriff. And Marco is a wonderful dancer as well.
Yes, Marco is a wonderful dancer and singer.
And John is a wonderful dancer also.
Yes, Sheriff, there's no end to what all they can do. They're even working on a road act. All they need is a clear and open road.
I thought she's a writer.
She is. It's just a private joke.
Oh, I see. So you're a writer? Are you sure?
Well, if you use the term loosely, mind you, Sheriff.
I knew you couldn't refrain from adding a girl or two, Mr. Roberts.
And you're the dancers and singers, is that right?
Yes, Sheriff. We both dance and sing. Would you like to see us sing and dance something?
Why, I'd love to. You two ladies just go right ahead.
Sheriff!
Oh, we just can't seem to get Jake to be still, so I better continue the investigation. I told you to hold on, Jake. We'll see what we can do about that road, folks. Seems you're some mighty important people here, and we want to extend every courtesy. What were your names again?
Carmenita, and she is Lala, Sheriff. Lala.
Sounds kind of like music when you say your names.
I'm sure they would appreciate it, Sheriff.
What's that, Colonel?
Any assistance that you can offer?
Certainly, that's what we're here for. Why, I'd be happy to give these little ladies all the help they need.
Well, we have extended an invitation for them to spend the night, if necessary.
Oh, I agree. Nothing's too good.
Yes, we do appreciate the applicant's generosity, but we really must be going.
Well, I can understand, ma'am. What's going on out there?
Just the wind, Sheriff. You know how these country places can be.
They've got really funny winds here, and toilets.
Thank you, ladies. You need to get that checked. That could scare someone.
It already has, Sheriff, several times.
We are trying to have it repaired, Sheriff.
Sheriff! I can't understand why you can't be patient, Jake. Can't you see we're discussing an important matter here?
Oh, thank goodness we have lights again.
Boy, it seems kind of nice to get a good look at you people under some real light.
That's good. Kronkelberger, why don't you go down to the basement and check the fuse box to make sure everything is okay? I'll get some late-breaking news here. Yeah, Kronkelberger, yes, the basement.
You know, it's a wonderful thing the way you folks are taking care of old Krunkelberger.
Yes, if we could only live through it.
Well, where were we, folks? I need to wrap this up and head into town.
Sheriff, I was trying to tell you the story about the car.
Yes, Jake, please tell the sheriff.
What are you talking about? I was trying to tell you it's just been one
Well,
thing after
you just
another.
go right ahead, Jake. Nothing else can disturb you now. Hey, by the way, you folks gonna follow me in? How about you girls?
Yes, Sheriff, we would love to follow you.
If you don't mind, Sheriff.
Could we too?
Of course. If we could just get Jake to give us the story. Come on now, Jake.
What do you mean, give you the story? Oh.
Jake, you just get a hold of yourself and give us the story. How in the world did you do it?
All right. There was this car in the road. No, not again. Ah.
Relax, my dear. It's just been an unusual day.
That's sure some goner you got there, Colonel.
Yes, a really big one.
But I need to be able to hear it in my experimental laboratory.
I think you can hear it all the way to the university.
Well, how about that handle you have to pull? Get your daily workout for 30 for the same price.
What have I been telling you, Rufus? It seems to be the only thing around here that always works. See what I mean? Where is Krunkelberger?
He's in the basement. He probably can't hear it.
Can't hear it. He would have to be dead.
What's that about being dead?
I'll get the door. This is once. We may not be saved by the bell.
Welcome to Appleton Manor.
Oh, thank you so much.
Taking the wrong turn.
How did you know that? Somehow we missed something back down there on that road. Now, didn't we? We certainly did, Elfira. Now, we don't know where we
deluge to nostalgia all day.
Yes, welcome to Appleton Manor. I am Colonel Rufus Appleton. This is my wife, Mrs. Appleton. And our guest, Miss Cummins. Sheriff Rocky Stone's here. And, Jake. And Krunkelberger.
Seems to be recovering, Colonel. Perhaps you could put her in a bed for the time.
Yes, Rufus, let's put her in the downstairs spare bedroom for now.
Excellent idea, my dear. Why don't you two strong men carry her and follow me? Sheriff, do you think I ought to call Dr. Vanderpopper?
Oh, no, I don't think I'd do that, Colonel. Dr. Vanderpumper's last 4 patients died. May not be a good time to call him in.
I just don't know what could have happened. I've never noted a thing before. Why, she's never even been ill that I recall.
Well, wait until you get to know the man better. It seems to have that kind of effect on people.
Possibly the weather, being lost, a case of shattered nerves, or all the pressures of a modern world. Agnes, you might want to go in and make her more comfortable. See what you can do for her while we get her settled.
Yes, I'll do just that. Where do I find them?
Just the hallway there.
And we'll be here if you should need any help. And see if you can find out what caused her to react like that. If you can, Agnes.
Well, I certainly want to know myself. Sorry for the inconvenience. Right in the middle of your party.
Don't worry, my dear. I'll get her some medication and extra covers while you're making her comfortable. I think everything is under control for the moment. Someone might want to make more hot water for more coffee and tea.
I can handle that. That's my department.
Oh, just go right into the kitchen there. You'll find everything there.
Everything. I hope not.
How's that?
I was just saying, I hope it's not serious. Mrs. Appleton, you wouldn't happen to have a bucket of tranquilizers around, would you?
Oh, yes. Good idea. Our nerves are shattered, too.
Well, you two don't look too shattered to me.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do about settling.
I think she's upset.
Back to the bedroom, please.
Well, that won't calm your nerves, but it wants you to break.
I'm sure our nerves are nervous.
Boy, she got a set of lungs. I guess she don't want to go back to bed.
Sure sounds like the missus when she slips in that darn manure trough.
Well, I never.
Why, it's plumb weird. What'd I tell you, Sheriff?
Well, I just really don't understand.
What is going on? Brock! What was that all about?
Yes, Brock, what is going on?
You know, I've had several reports about unusual happenings here and around the old manor.
Unusual happenings. Really, Chef, I don't understand what you're referring to as...
Hadn't I been trying to tell you that, Sheriff?
Oh! Why, am I glad to hear you say that. I thought my imagination was getting away from me.
Something is getting away.
Unusual happenings, really. How could
You know, it's starting to get confusing around here. Jake, why don't you go on back to town? I'll get that report from you tomorrow.
You don't have to tell me that twice, Sheriff. I'm on my way. Well, wait a minute here. Night, everybody.
See you, Jake.
Yeah. So, Sheriff, unusual happenings, Just stick around a while, you'll be able to confirm it. Brock, we're ready for your report.
My turn? I almost forgot why I had come back. Anyway, this old Krunkelberger was placing Elvira on the bed. She opened her eyes, took one look at him, and began screaming and fighting all over again. That was certainly a wild scene. Poor old Krunkelberger.
Just, you should have seen her screaming and struggling to get away from Krunkel, what's its name. It was really something. She was like, what is it you say, a cat in a bag?
That's close enough, Marco. You know, I've often thought you had that same effect on me.
Krunkleberger on the head with the bedside clock, she jumped up and came running in here. The colonel's putting a wrap on him now, although I don't think anything else could hurt his head.
And now she has fainted again. What a screamer! She must have been a singer.
I better get in there right away. I just don't know what could cause her to act like that. You are right, as a matter of fact. She was a singer. A showgirl. Yeah.
A showgirl? Well, my associate... Singer and a dancer until they discovered she couldn't do either. The director told her she should read script rather than be in them. That's how she got into writing.
Why, thank you for relating my life story to the group. Well, Marco certainly thinks I'm a good dancer.
Jess, she is very good.
See? Very good. Thank you, Dan.
Yes, ma'am. I'd suggest you get in there right away and see to your friend. Sounds like she could really use some help. If it's really serious, I can take her off to the trauma center on my way back to the station.
Thank you for your kindness. We may just take you up on that.
Oh, no problem at all, ma'am. Want you to know we're here to help any way we can.
And tell Krunkberger to fill out before it happens again. Oh, that's right. I came in here for smelling salts. And Krunkberger needed a bandage on his head. Looks the colonel's taking care of it this moment.
Hey, Ness, why don't you come with me? We'll get everything, including the smelling salts and the bandage.
And this is turning out to be an unusual trip. The old manor is a really weird place, no?
No. Yes. Really weird. Yes.
So some unusual things happened, did they?
Oh, I don't know why you'd say that, Sheriff.
Now, tell me, ma'am, do you think the old manor's really haunted?
Oh, I don't know. I just think it's, trying to act like it's haunted.
Yes, Sheriff, it's working on it.
Well, all I can say is once is enough for me.
Yes. This is something we would only want to do once, too. And this is the once.
Well, you missed your chance to take out the girls. He only does the haunted establishments. He has this thing.
I'm thinking about changing my technique. Time for the news from the front there, Colonel.
How's that? News from the front? Oh, yes. Everything seems to be under control. Mrs. Appleton is taking charge in the bedroom. I never knew old Krunkleberger had such an effect on women.
Well, let's hope it's not contagious.
Contagious? Surely not. Yes, I understand. Maintaining your sense of humor.
I hope you advise Krunkleberger to leave the room.
Indeed I have. I've sent him to his corners. Seems to be causing a bit of confusion.
Confusion. The word you want, Colonel, is hysteric.
My God.
Krunkleberger! What is happening now?
Just wanted to report, Colonel, that I have one heck of a headache. And let's see, there seem to be a number of unusual things happening around here tonight.
Really? But who's counting?
What are you referring to, Krunkleberger? And we don't need any more firewood.
All that racket going
Thank you for the report, Krunkleberger. Now I want you to return to your quarters. We have everything under control here. And put away that axe. You're frightening the ladies.
Axe?
Yes, the one in your hand.
I'll do just that, Colonel.
What a busy day this has turned out to be. Now, where were we, ladies and gentlemen?
You were saying you had everything under control, Colonel.
Yes, everything seems to be under control. Mrs. Appleton is taking charge in the bedroom. Situation seems to be well under hand.
Well, so much for everything being under control. Elvira certainly seems to be in our local spook competition.
something about all these noises. There is a disturbing the peace ordinance, you know.
And it's disturbing the entire county.
Mrs. Appleton! What has happened now? Mrs. Appleton!
Rufus, you must come get Funkelberger and put him in his room. He's wandered back into the guest room again, with his head all bandaged up, with that big axe. Elvira saw him, screamed, and has fainted once again. Oh, you must take him to his room. Please hurry, dear, before anything else happens. This place is becoming a madhouse, an absolute madhouse.
See coming, we've slid and slipped beyond that point.
Certainly, my dear. I'm on my way. Lead on.
So, Sheriff, are you beginning to get the picture here at serene and tranquil after the matter?
Well, like I was saying, I've had several reports about unusual happenings here. Is it like this here all the time?
We really couldn't say, Sheriff. This sort of thing has only been going on since we arrived this afternoon. One exciting event after the other. And this is just our first visit.
Not bad for openers. Sort of breaks up your whole punk day.
Yes, Sheriff, we have been watching it too, and this is our first time also.
Yes, Sheriff. Our first trip. Ours too.
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate all your help. This is becoming a complicated case.
Well, we're lucky you have the girls here to confirm all the reports for you. As for me, I could use a break. I can only handle so many screams a day.
Yes, that's a good idea. You folks need to settle down. Get a grip on things. Excuse me, folks. Official business. I need to check in with the station, see what's going on. This is Sheriff. Yeah, Louise, what's going on I need to know about? Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, some really weird things going on, but you don't want to talk about that now. I'm going to try to wrap things up and head on in. By the way, what's the latest on opening the packs? All right. No, I can't talk about it now, I told you. You pay attention to the station. I'll check with you later. Well, we got some good news, folks. Pass is clear. We should be able to start moving out. But first, I just have to ask you a few more questions in connection with this investigation. Now, I appreciate your help. Now, I know you said you heard some unusual things, but have you seen anything? Unusual, that is.
Again, Sheriff, you mean other than those that are here?
Right. Have you seen anyone or anything out of the ordinary?
Like creatures running all around?
Yeah, you seen any of them?
No, not one. And we're really disappointed, Sheriff. What's a trip without a creature or two to visit with?
Which is a good break for us, I'd say. You realize I have to put up with this guy, which is a full-time job.
Shucks, no, that's bad.
Bad? Why is that, Sheriff?
Well, with as many of you as there are, it just could be possible that someone might have seen something.
Seen something. You're right, that could be bad.
No, that's good.
Good? To bump into a creature? What a sense of humor you have, Sheriff. It still sounds bad to me.
Well, it would have been good because it confirmed that those little critters running loose around the old manor.
Well, like we really want to know, let somebody else volunteer for that job, Sheriff.
So, it would have been good for us to have seen one.
No, that's bad.
We
said that.
What I mean is it would have been bad because it required a special investigation if you'd actually seen something.
Oh, now you've convinced me. I can see where that would be bad. Really bad.
Now that you mention it, that could be good.
We don't understand all this. Good and bad.
Keep doing your thing, girls. Don't let technicalities bother you.
So what you're saying now is it would be good.
Well, no, that'd be bad.
Now that's bad?
Yes, bad. Right, bad. Can't you see all the problems you'd have caused? All the paperwork?
Problems we would have caused? Well, excuse me, Sheriff. I didn't realize that we would have created such a problem if a creature were to appear.
Well,
In fact, I swore my Girl Scouts honor to give it up. I don't go out searching for spooks and creatures.
somehow I feel a bit confused. Where does this lead to, Sheriff?
What happened?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out now. So you didn't actually see anything. What can you add to have?
Would that be good or bad?
No, we haven't actually seen anything unusual, as you say. But we have certainly heard lots of something.
Let's check that out. just what kind of somethings you've been hearing, and be specific.
All right. Wild laughter, screams, heavy footsteps, groans, those kinds of sounds. Your average haunted house type.
Yes, and I feel this alien presence as if we're being watched all the time. Does that count? Would that be good or bad? Never mind, let's not get to that.
It's a good start. So you actually heard something.
Jess, we all have.
Yes, Sheriff. The very same. We all heard.
And y'all heard the same things?
Yes, Sheriff. The very same. We all heard.
Tell me, Sheriff, you're from around here. I'm sure you've investigated countless types of cases in your career. What do you think it could be?
Yes, during my career, I've investigated all kinds of situations. Why, some of them will go right down alongside the crimes of the century. Now, these are only reports, mind you, but ever since the colonel retired and returned to the old manor, we've gotten these reports from time to time. Reports about this so-called creature running loose around the place, but nothing we've been able to pin down. And there haven't been any reports around being in the area on other property and the likes. You know what I mean? So all we really have is someone's word they had a visual sighting. Why, there's even been talk of werewolves.
Werewolves? Sheriff, surely you don't believe in those old wives' tales about werewolves.
And I'm sure those wives weren't referring to this species of wolf.
Of course not. All I'm saying is that we've gotten these reports from some of our most reliable folks who've seen them, that's all. But I don't believe it. No, sir, not for 1 minute. I just make out the reports.
Yeah, we can't confirm that either, can we? Well, I haven't seen a werewolf all week. We have some pretty wild game in the city, but nothing like that. I could do without seeing one, actually.
No, Sheriff, we haven't seen anything like that.
Oh, that is frightening. Werewolves!
Could be a whole new experience for you girls.
Hey, what kind of attitude is that? Since when have you let anything slow you down?
Well, I'm thinking about letting it start now. Okay, Mr. Smart Guy, you can go ghost hunting if you care to, but I'm heading for the university. I'm arranging my priorities.
Speaking of priorities, perhaps now you'll be able to understand my situation when I tell you my doctor said I must play golf every week or I will die.
Somehow after hearing that, I'd like a second opinion, or even a third.
What can you do with a woman like that, Sheriff?
Yes, like I was saying, there's no real evidence. This is Sheriff Rocky. Oh, hi, Louise. No, I haven't seen anything since we last talked. It's only been a minute since then. I got a big investigation going on. I told you what you called for this time. Uh-huh. Professor Goggman died, huh? Well, you better call Doc and tell him to get on over there. Oh, he's there already. Good, good. Oh, what was going on over there, Louise? A dinner party, huh? Goggins. And I was supposed to be there too? Well, why didn't you tell me, Louise? You know how much I enjoy his dinner get-togethers. You forgot. Well, you owe me one. You got everything else taken care of? Well, I guess I'll forgive you then. Oh, by the way, Louise, what were Goggleman's last words? He said, what? The yogurt's too tart. Louise, that woman.
From the sound of it, seems you could have the same problem I do with your assistant, Sheriff. Did you lose one of the town's outstanding citizens?
Yes, Professor Goggleman. Retired from the university, as a matter of fact. Fine citizen. Loved to cook.
Guess we'll have to change his diet.
You know, if it weren't for this investigation, I'd have been there, too. He always gave real nice parties. Well, folks, we need to wrap this up. Now, who's got something they can...
Whoa, the town crier's at it again.
There's got to be some kind of ordinance against that. Well, I'll see who it is. Jake, you still here?
Hi, Sheriff. Hi, everybody. Yeah, with all the goings on around here, I seem to have misplaced my keys to old Dumper.
Well, you better see if you can find them and get on back to town. Your missus is gonna skin you alive.
Can't you see I'm a-looking?
Hey, by the way, Jake, just got a call from Louise. Professor Goggman died. Right in the middle of his dinner party.
What was they eating?
Tart yogurt.
Yep, that could have done it all right. Mighty fine man, that professor. One of my best customers, too. Now, there was a man who could really appreciate his manure. By the way, Sheriff, have you discovered anything yet?
Oh, you missed it, Jake. We had a whole parade of werewolves come marching through the old manor.
Werewolves? I knew it! Look out, tell me, Sheriff!
Jake, get your keys and get on out of here. How is it now, Colonel?
Well, I'm not going to say that everything is under control, but conditions do seem to have improved. Did I hear the doorbell ring?
Yeah, that was me, Colonel. Why, with all the excitement out here, I must have misplaced my keys to old Dumper. You ain't seen it.
I really haven't had time to look, Jake. It's been a rather unusual day.
So you'd say things have been a bit unusual, would you, Colonel?
Well, you don't believe these are the normal occurrences here on a day like today, do you?
No, Colonel. We just thought activity was below par.
That's right, Colonel. No one really believes those stories that life in the country is nothing more than apple pie and buttermilk. Surely this is like a typical day here in Appleton Manor.
Apple pie and butter.
Yes, Colonel, wouldn't you say so? Typical day, more or less, here at the old manor.
Typical day? Well, I can assure you, as well as Mrs. Appleton, that these are not the normal occurrences here at Appleton Manor. Our days are very orderly here. Quiet. Peaceful.
Yes, Sheriff, this is the loudest peaceful and quiet I've ever heard.
Yes, Sheriff. Loud. Big ones.
Oh!
There they go. Hear that? Yes.
Well, that's certainly no toilet.
What do you know? I finally got to hear one. Oh, I better be getting back to town. The missus will really be surprised. She's never going to believe it.
Still have those to keep you entertained.
Are you going to tell me that's normal? And just what was that?
Oh, that's just the wind, Sheriff. You know how these country places can be.
I ain't never heard no wind like that.
That's just some of what we've had to listen to, Sheriff, since we're our arrival here.
Well, between that Elvira woman screaming and all these weird house sounds, a person could get punchy.
And scared, too.
What are those funny noises? Mrs. Appleton wanted to know if one of you big grown men could get a pitcher of water.
See, right away.
This is Sheriff. What's going on, Louise? What? Who's disappeared? Don't anybody move. From Happy Valley, huh? Well, you better give me a description. There's two ladies. One's wearing a yellow hat, got dark hair, yeah? A blue dress, black shoes, and a screamer. Likes to faint, all right? And the other one? Got blonde hair. She's got a feather hat. Kinda acts goofy, huh? And her dress is green with orange on it, huh? Well, I think I'll head on over to Happy Valley and check things out. No, I ain't seen anything, I told you. At least not yet. Bye. Well, folks, looks like we got another big case on our hands. I'll be heading over to Happy Valley and check things out. You know, it should take me just a little bit, and I'll be back here. When I do, we can head in.
Well, you sure you wouldn't like me to come along, Sheriff? Keep from getting lonely.
Oh, that won't be necessary, ma'am. I should be able to handle this. You folks just remain here. Keep your eyes and ears open.
No problem there, Sheriff. I'm sure no one will close them.
No, Sheriff. We will keep them open wide.
I'll just get the water.
So, what has happened now?
Well, it seems two little old ladies have disappeared from Happy Valley across the road.
And what is Happy Valley?
Oh, you don't know about Happy Valley? Sanitarium for the mentally ill.
Do you mean like local?
Well, some of the folks over there's even crazy. They keep all them loonies over there. it's just Krunkleberger. Darn, I thought I was gonna get to see one, too.
Krunkleberger, what are you up to now?
I heard some funny noises and I thought you might need some help.
Well, Kronkelberger, you're going to have to be a little quieter with the cup.
I'm beginning to think Kruckelberger runs around the manor on a motorcycle. He's everywhere.
Colonel, I thought you said you'd put Kronkelberger away for the evening.
Howdy, Sheriff. What did you think?
Just arrived.
I thought I had to, Sheriff. Kruckelberger, I want you to return to your quarters. And don't leave there for the night. If I need you, I will call you on the intercom. This is an official order. You understand?
Right, Colonel. You can depend on me. I will report straight to my quarters. If you need me, call.
5 will get you 10. He'll be back.
You certainly have a gift for picking out the obvious. He must have been one of the original members of the Lost Patrol.
Well, if you folks think you can handle things here, I think I'll be heading over to Happy Valley.
I'll be happy to come along with you, Sheriff.
You folks just stay here. When I'm finished over there, I'll come back and get you. Oh, and try not to let anything else happen while I'm gone, okay?
Easy for you to say.
Please, everyone be seated. Help yourselves to something, okay? Oh, here, my dear. How is Elvira doing?
Agnes, why don't you go in and see if she's well enough to come join us?
It's certainly good to hear.
What was all the commotion about just then, Rufus?
Krunkleberger. Somehow he got into the hallway. Agnes went in with the water, and he threatened her. Sheriff Rocky got a call on the phone that there were some people missing at Happy Valley, and he's went over there to check that out. Let's see. We're all here, as you can see. Actually, not much to report now, my dear.
I'll get Elvira. Perhaps she's ready to come in now.
Yes, let's hope that things will settle down finally. Anyone come on and help your tea?
Well, my kidneys are floating away, but I could use a pressure upper.
Nah, you don't want to do that. Remember how the toilets act up? Besides, you might miss something.
That's what I'm hoping.
So much has happened. I can't seem to remember what we were discussing.
Oh, well, we were discussing things that go bad in the night or something of that nature.
We were?
How cheerful, Brock. Well, before anything else can go bad in the night, I suggest we make our way to the university with or without the good Sheriff Rocky.
Well, you know you don't have to rush off.
Mrs. Appleton, we really don't want to leave your wonderful hospitality and entertainment. But duty calls.
Yes, it has been an exciting trip.
Jess, we can cruise together. Safety in numbers.
The more the better, yes?
Wish I had said that. The faculty and guild members should see us arriving with our car all covered in a fresh colored spring produce.
Maybe I should change my speech to the wonders of Mother Nature.
Yeah, perhaps you should. Maybe you could use the car as an example. They would allow you to park it on stage for display.
I love it when you're creative.
I didn't know they would allow such a thing. Sounds rather interesting.
No, Colonel, I don't think they do.
Oh, I see. Maintaining your sense of humor. Did I ever tell you about the time?
Several times.
Yeah, you sure have, Colonel.
The Colonel and Mrs. Appleton could use a break from us. Not that we don't appreciate what you've done.
Yes, we appreciate it very much. No?
Oh, well, you all have certainly brought some excitement to the old manor house. Not much has been happening.
Ah! There it goes again. Boy, I better be getting back to town. The missus is sure going to be surprised.
Oh, well. Still have those to keep you entertained, huh?
Rufus, you must do something about that.
Certainly, my dear. Oh, here they are. Elvira, so glad you could come out and join us.
I'm sorry to have been such a problem. I can't explain what happened. Did I hear unusual noises?
Nothing to be concerned about. Doing better, dear?
Oh, yes, I'm completely over it now, and I...
Ah!
Oh, I
come out sometime.
Certainly, my dear. Let's get Elvira settled first, okay?
And to the bedroom. What?
That was too easy.
Krunkelberger, I want you to return to your quarters and put Clarence up for the night.
With all this commotion, I thought you might need me. And Clarence wanted to help too.
We can handle it. You two have been more than enough help. And Clarence, don't leave your room again.
Yes, Krunkelberger, you're too much.
What'd I tell you?
Maybe you should stop telling us, Jake.
Yes, Jake, you do have the talents of a fortune teller.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I've been told that.
Rufus, have Agnes remain with her for now. Do hurry back so we can get this thing settled.
Certainly, dear. I'll be right back.
Maybe we can clear this up before something else takes place around here.
I don't think we need something else. This is enough for us.
Oh, I don't know, I'm beginning to get used to it. I don't know if I can ever go back to my mundane lifestyle ever again.
Ah, here we are once again.
Now, you were going to tell us about what's been happening since our arrival.
Yes, Rufus, let's get it over with. We need to have this settled for once and all.
Certainly. Now, if everyone will just bear with me, I will explain.
We're listening, Colonel. Boy, is the missus ever going to be surprised.
The person that you saw is our nephew, Clarence.
Clarence!
Yes, he was involved in a terrible tractor accident as a child, and you see the result. Actually, he's harmless. Just gets out of hand from time to time. Needs a little bit of guidance. We're trying to take care of it. He seems especially bad when the moon is full.
You certainly arranged this trip during the right cycle.
You know, I have a great sense of timing. The writer's gift. Colonel, please continue.
Yes, Clarence does suffer from some physical problems, and the moaning and screaming that you hear is the result of him slamming his finger in a door or stubbing a toe. It's a real shocker when he accidentally sees himself in a mirror.
Yes, I can see how that can be scary.
Yes, very scary. No?
We're trying to take care of him just as we do Krunkelberger.
I'll be darned. So that was Clarence. Boy, is the sheriff ever going to be surprised.
You two are to be complimented for your efforts.
Yes, it's quite a responsibility for the two of you.
Yeah, everybody will be happy to hear the news. I don't mind telling you, Colonel, folks from town was getting a mite upset with all them reports and sightings.
Well, now we know the mystery behind the old manor house.
Yes, now we know.
So, let's get ready to go, amigos. Vamos.
Yes, let's not procrastinate any further. This has been quite an evening.
That's absolutely right, sweetheart. And you know what they say about procrastinating.
No, what do they say about procrastinating?
Don't procrastinate unless you possibly can't put it off any longer.
Such words of inspiration.
Don't what?
Don't worry about it, girls. You'll lose all respect for Brock.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that.
Yes, but I do know how far you would. Go, that is.
Another issue we can resolve later. Colonel, Mrs. Apton, it has been our pleasure.
Yes, another one of those memories forever cemented away for a rainy day.
And it can be tough dealing with a concrete head. Is there anything we can do before we move on?
No. Thank you very much. We didn't quite know how to go about explaining the situation.
Yes, our sincere appreciation. It has been difficult.
Well, I'm sure the community will understand your situation now and support your efforts.
Yes, you certainly have my vote of confidence.
And you'll get my vote.
Ours too. Yes?
Well, that takes a burden off. We can relax a bit now. Rufus, that's it. The bell has to go.
Now, Wilma!
I'll get the door. Sheriff, we solved the mystery about the creature. It's Clarence.
Clarence? Jake, what are you talking about?
That's correct, Sheriff.
Will somebody please explain?
It's really very simple, Sheriff.
Yes, Sheriff, it's Clarence.
What's everybody talking about? Clarence?
Well,
tell me about it?
You explain, dear.
Yes, he was involved in a horrible accident as a child. And he took some permanent damage. His father was killed. While on active duty, we took him with us. They took care of him at the fort. Now that I'm retired, we're taking care of him here. Actually, there's nothing wrong. He's just a kid.
That's right, Sheriff. Why, you should have seen him come running and screaming through here. Why, you missed the whole show.
What they're saying, Sheriff, is you don't fail to notice.
I'll say, why, I darn near jumped out of my skin when he come running.
Just a minute, Jake. You suppose you could let these folks get in just a word or two?
Well, yeah, I could, but I thought you'd want to know, that's all, Sheriff.
I do, but these folks can speak for themselves, all right?
Oh, all right.
All right. Now, Colonel, Mrs. Appleton, can you give me your assurances that Clarence is harmless and that you'll be responsible for his conduct?
As an officer and a gentleman, I can...
Absolutely, Sheriff. Why, other than people being scared of him, he hasn't actually harmed anyone or done anything illegal. Oh, it's just things like that. See what I mean, Sheriff? Boys will be boys. What's going on?
Clarence won't go to his room.
Clarence, if you won't get your cookies and milk if you don't go to bed now.
So that's Clarence. Wow, I can see how he might spook somebody. Of course, it didn't bother me. He must really love his milk and cookies, huh?
Yeah. You should see him when he has his cards on now.
Well, I think I understand your situation a lot better now, folks. I'll make a soft announcement about your situation. That should satisfy the Lobos.
Thank you, Sheriff. We appreciate your candor.
Yes, Sheriff, we hope they understand. We were trying not to upset them.
Well, folks, I'm sure they will. I'll do what I can to get that message over. We'll put an end to those rumors.
And I'll do what I can, too.
Oh, thank you, Jake. We need all the help we can get.
Well, that should certainly relieve the mind. So, what's going on over in Happy Valley, Sheriff? Find anything out?
Yeah, it was a most unusual case. I'd just gotten there and was starting an investigation. One of the staff came in to report that the two missing ladies had come running back into the place, into the rooms, raving about being held in a house full of screaming maniacs. It was just crazy, and about some man with a mask and an axe carrying a gun. And some kind of wild-haired, scary monster, too. Sounds weird, doesn't it? That solves that. Now all I gotta do is figure out where they'd gone off to.
Why does this sound familiar?
Oh, one other thing, Colonel. Folks over at Happy Valley are complaining about all the noise over here.
Maybe this whole area ought to be called Happy Valley. Are we ready to go? Listo?
Yes, we are ready. Listo. Vamos.
Well, I guess the rest of us are also.
By the way, where are those other two ladies?
Oh, I'll go check.
Well, I reckon the rest of you can get ready to go. I'll take those two ladies with me. It's looking good out there now.
Well, you don't anticipate any further problems, then, Sheriff?
No, road's clear, and we don't expect any more snow. Sky's clear as a bell. That old moon's blowing straight. Who's missing? Who's what, man?
What'd I tell you?
They're missing?
Yes, Mrs. Elvira, they've gone.
What could have happened to them?
You didn't have to note in the patio
Oh,
door.
what did the note say, man?
Thank you, but we must hurry back.
Well, I wonder where they're up to in such a hurry. Well, that's all. You want to follow me? Let's move out.
Well, we certainly appreciate your hospitality, and
Providing us with some excitement on our trip. I'm sure we'll never be the same.
Our pleasure.
and my words exactly. In fact, it might be an improvement. Did you notice who suddenly appeared from out of nowhere again?
Kronkelberger just can't stand to be left out.
Please, come again now that you know the way.
We will.
Hey, how does this grab you, Frank? For our next convention, we'll make a swing through Transylvania and get into some real spook hunting.
That's not romantic.
Oh, well, I'm open to suggestions. Reasonable ones, that is.
Well, we can talk about that under circumstances more conducive.
you'd prefer something with moonlight, soft music, dancing while on an ocean cruise, that sort of thing?
Now you're being extremely creative. I like that.
Why is it I can read you like a book?
I must say you are improving. There's still hope.
You'll love it.